Coming live from San Francisco, USA, our guest tonight. Welcome to this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live, the show which ensures that you profit from your time spent here with experts either through their industry insights and information or simply learning from them. And today we have Mark Amouzgar, CEO and founder of March Health, engineer, serial entrepreneur, author, a lot of many things, Welcome to the show, Mark.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here. And good morning and good evening for everyone in the US and all around the world.
Wonderful, wonderful. And it's so nice to have you on my show. And in fact, what you are doing is something very great. Let me ask you a direct question, but with something in a very different manner. In India, not so long ago, maybe just a few hundred years back, there was an emperor who made a monument in white marble. His name was, Shah Jahan. And people call it, the symbol of love.
Exactly.
You started something, an artificial powered women's health assistant, after seeing your wife, bearing this particular pain every month and month and month. And you actually used all your skills to develop this. Tell us about this so that people can benefit from it. People can know more about it, and the more the word spreads, people are able to use it.
Thank you so much for this opportunity and platform, and I'm so happy to be here and tell my story. This product is a labor of love for me personally because as a married man for 10 years, I've seen my wife going through excruciating pain every month for days. And I always wanted to do something about it as an engineer, as an entrepreneur myself, and as a partner. And starting 2 years ago, we started building a solution. It was initially just a physical device, 1 inch by 1 inch. The thickness is half an inch, like 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters, which goes under the belly or on the back and mutes the period pain. And later on, we decided to add the mental discomfort part to our solution. So we built a mobile application to mute the pain and the mental agony coming with the pain. And having said that, and later on, we decided to basically put the main focus on detecting or diagnosing underlying health conditions. As we speak, there are more than 2.2 billion people menstruating in the world this month, and almost 75% of them, they experience mild to acute physical pain, menstruation pain. And almost everyone, 93%, they experience some sort of emotional or psychological discomfort because of hormonal and chemical imbalance that happens every cycle. As a male myself, even though I don't experience it firsthand, but I see it through my wife, the pain, the mental discomfort, and I wanted to do something about that. So we started this company, and right now we are a team of 15 to 20 people in the US and all around the world, helping with this cause. And we believe that this is not just females thing, it is people thing, because honestly it doesn't affect just females, it affects all of us. And either I am menstruating or I have a loved one who does. And it affects people in an individual level, in a family level, and in the society, teachers, nurses, and like different business people, organizations, the society. And we want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And because of that, we launched this product, and it has been going so far. So far, it's going very good.
Right. So how does this work? You told about a bit, but in a much more, simple person's language. What's the technique behind it? When did you launch it? what's been the journey, and in a simple manner, how does this actually work, especially for people like a lot of women are there in India, and if somebody wants to use it, how do they actually go about uh, getting to use it?
So the main part is the mobile application that we have, which is called March Health, that
Okay.
can be downloaded through Google Play and App Store. The Google Play is available. The App Store version is on the beta version, so in the test flight. March space health is the word that they need to search for the mobile application. And when you sign up, it asks you whether you want it for yourself or you are here to support your partner. Because
Okay.
we noticed through the interviewing users and others and other focus group, we noticed that there are two different pain points here that we can solve: mental support and emotional, psychological support and emotional support.
Okay.
Psychological is very personal, so it's for that individual. And we ask questions. We have daily check ins. You go there, you put your daily check ins logs, and then it gives you personalized, smart recommendations about how you can improve your quality of life during menstruation. So it's not a period tracker. Period trackers, they just track the period. On the other hand, we actually help people to increase their quality of life. For example, we ask for BMI, what they are eating, the hydration, the sleep, and wellness questions and health questions about the flow, the pain level they have, and other things. And we tell the individual, okay, if you do number one and number two, you will feel better physically and mentally. So this is a personalized smart recommendation part that we have. On top of that, for the emotional support that we have, is about the relationship that individual has with the people around her. In most cases, it can be a partner, husband or boyfriend or family member. So let's say Sarah is menstruating and David is the partner. We educate David. David downloads the app, tells the app that, okay, I'm here to support Sarah, and then we educate David about Sarah's menstruation, about what David needs to do or not to do in order to keep Sarah happy. So it's basically about what Sarah expects him to do or not to do. And in general, we help David to be a better partner for Sarah, more understanding and more supportive partner for Sarah. Like as a married man, um, um, for 10 years, even myself, even though I've tried to be a very understanding and supportive partner, but sometimes happened to me that I felt that I need more communication, I need more information in order to be able to support my wife and help her. And we are solving this pain point, helping the partner, not the menstruating person, helping the partner to be a better partner for the menstruating partner.
Okay, so you mean an artificial intelligence would be able to understand the wife's problem better than the husband, or is it what you call a helping hand to the husband itself?
It's basically helping hand. For example, in the Sarah and David's example, it tells David, "Look, Sarah. Today was Sarah's first day, period day, and then she has been in pain so far. These are the things that you should do to make her happy. These are the things that you need to avoid. We can order you can order a chocolate for her through Amazon or through other platform. It can be delivered the same day. It makes her happy. She loves chocolate. or these are the flowers that you can buy when you're going home, and you can make her happy. People are different. Some people, when they're menstruating, they like to be alone. Some people, they are more cuddly. They like to be um, um, basically hugged and taken care of. So it's very important for the partner to be more understanding and supportive, and we help the partner to know, and we assist the partner to have a better understanding of the needs of that menstruating person.
Right, right. So the app works for how many days? 3 days, 4 days, and afterwards, all through the month. What does the app do? The artificial intelligence do all through the month?
So it's basically for the whole month. So in average, menstruating people all around the world, they menstruate for 5 7 days. Some people a little bit less, some people a little bit more, but 5 to 7 days is the menstruating part. And also we have pre-menstruation phase, PMS,
Okay,
that our app can help through mental agony, and also the fertility window, which happens in the other part of the cycle, and also we can help with that as well. So the solution that we have is basically for the whole cycle. On top of the immediate help that we have for that individual, we also help with underlying health conditions. For example, 1 out of every 10 women or menstruating people, they have endometriosis that they know they have, and there are other people that they don't know they have because the diagnosis takes 8 to 10 and sometimes 12 years uh, for endometriosis to get diagnosed. And we can reduce that time. There are two reasons for this long um, endometriosis phase. One, the gynecologist doesn't have access to the body's behavior during menstruation. We solve that problem.
okay,
Two, that menstruating individual cannot connect dots and see the patterns between their symptoms and understand that, okay, I might have endometriosis. We solve that problem. We have this understanding and this knowledge and this data to connect dots and tell that individual that, look, there is a X% chance that you have endometriosis. You need to see your gynecologist, and these are the things that you can show them about your underlying health condition.
okay, okay. So, Mark, tell me about this March Health. It's a nice name, quite meaningful. I can understand, but I would want you to tell about it. What does March and Health, and how did you come to this name actually?
Thank you so much for this question. March, it's a month, and we are in a monthly cycle business,
Right,
and March is the first month of nature's cycle. It starts from the spring. Every year, the Earth goes through a cycle, which starts from March. And also, March is the first month of spring, which is for fertility and being fertile.
right.
And this is the noun part. And March also is a verb, and as a verb, it brings action. It's an active verb. Let's march for women's health. Let's march for women's equality. Let's march for women's right. And as a brand, we wanted to build a community in, like, as a brand in a women's health space. Um, it's really important to build a brand. And easiest way to build a brand is to build a community around the brand. And the easiest way to build a community is to connect that community and that brand to a higher and bigger cause. And the cause that we want to connect ourselves is women empowerment. And so that is the reason that we've chosen to go with March Health as the name of the company. And in order of having the woman empowerment as a theme and center of everything that we do, even though we are a for business company, but we partner up with NGOs in the US and all around the world, in India and other countries everywhere, to basically um, um, help everyone who can pay. We charge them and let them use the services. If there are people in the US or around the world that cannot pay, through the NGOs, we let them have access to our premium solution, premium part of the solution. So this app is free to use, and also there is a premium version. So for the premium version, through the NGOs, we donate part of our revenue and also partner up with them. Because in some places around the world, there are young girls that they are missing school days
Yeah.
because of menstruation. They are missing the school days for 5 days, 7 days every month. And this affects their education. Their male classmates, they move forward with their good grades and move forward. But this is one of the pain points that we are focused on, to make sure that not only we educate those young girls and help them, but also educate the parents, the society, and make sure that we bring and or at least push for equality. And because we are talking about our next generation.
Okay. Okay. Mark, tell us what is your target audience? Right now, you are in the US. Are you in any other country? What are the places that you are looking for your app to, reach to?
So our app is in English, and all the English-speaking countries are our focus. So US, UK, Australia, Canada, and also there are countries around the world that they understand English as a second language. India, Scandinavian countries,
Yeah.
and some other countries around the world. So we are serving every person in the world that can understand and speak English. And we are adding second and third languages right now as we speak, for our next release. So Latin countries, and Spain, Brazil, Argentina, and others are in the world, Mexico. And and India is one of our biggest user base, because we know
Right.
that we can add value. We know that we can help millions of people and change their lives for better.
Perfectly. Perfectly well put. Now, let me ask you one wider question, Mark. Uh, you say 75% of women experience severe emotional and physical discomfort during menstruation, right? I'll tell you what I have grown up seeing, even sometimes now also I see a lot of ads have been running in India in the last several years saying that, this is nothing, almost gives an impression like that. There was an ad called, you can keep on doing what you want to, it is like normal. Then there was a campaign by one of the companies that you can play football, do anything that you want. And again, it's normal. And they show women happy, lucky, and doing their daily work. Now, as a man, even if I know, I understand the pain of women in my household, those ads give an impression to a lot of people that menstruation is a normal thing and there is no pain involved. Because in all those ads, I never saw that pain getting reflected. Now, having built that mindset deliberately or non deliberately to sell their products, whatever it has almost come to creating perhaps a difficult situation for you to convince the same audience that, listen, it's painful. And you don't even know 75% people, women folk, are facing this problem. You get my point? And suddenly it's like two sides working on their own thing. So I also know what you are saying is a fact, but I also know that the past has been a bit like that, though not intentionally. Obviously, nobody will do it intentionally. But this is the type of, programming that has had. So how do you see your app working in that sort of a backdrop? And telling a lot of Indian men, especially from that, listen, man, what you learned in your household was correct, and what a lot of things were moving around in different advertisements and all those messaging, that's perhaps not the full truth.
Thanks so much for bringing up this point. We believe that menstruation is the most natural things and that happens. That without that, we were not, you and I, we were not even here to talk about that.
Absolutely.
And it brings life, and it helps with so many things. There is no question about that. And it is painful for so many menstruating people around the world. 75% of menstruating people experience mild to acute physical pain, and 93% they experience emotional and psychological discomfort associated with menstruation. So it is normal to have this um, menstruation cycle, and so many people they experience also pain with that. Um, and there is a stigma around the conversation, and the topic considered a taboo in so many cultures. Um, we believe that we need to put light on this, and in order to get more equality, in order to get happiness for everyone, male and female, on all around the world, basically everyone, every person, every individual, we need to be more understanding of each other's situations and help each other. So to answer your question, yes, this is natural, this is normal, but the pain is real. The
Right.
pain is real. Even as a man, as a male, if I don't understand it, it doesn't make it unreal. It is real. The pain is, the agony is there, and it is real for so many people. And we
Right.
wanted to make sure that we can help with reducing that pain, either physical pain or mental pain. Yes, you can play any sport that you want, you can play anything, you can do anything, but the pain is there, the agony is there, and it makes it difficult for daily. Sometimes it makes it very difficult for daily activities. We have friends and team members. We have multiple doctors and OBGYNs on board, female ones, female doctors, and even themselves, even them, they are in pain as doctors and OBGYNs,
Right.
or we have like engineers or app designers, and everyone, like most people, experience this part. So yeah, we want to be part of the solution, and we want to help people to increase their quality of life when they are menstruating, even if they are not in physical pain and they just experiences that mental agony, mental discomfort. We want to make sure that we help them to be at ease and go easier through this phase in their monthly cycle.
Right, right, Mark. Now, tell me if there's anything that, as a husband, you have seen things, you have understood things, and you have understood. Then many men have not understood, but so because you got down to doing something about it, and then you got the aid of this artificial intelligence. So I'm sure you are much more intelligent man than a lot of, than perhaps people like us. Do you have any advice for people as husbands that even artificial, you have learned all out of this, that artificial intelligence has made you, a bit more intelligent about. What else
I
can they do?
I don't consider myself more intelligent than anyone, and I think that I can learn so many things from every person. I consider myself an active partner that is trying to do something for his loved one. And I'm sure as male partners, most of us, we wanted to be more respectful, more supportive, and more understanding about our partner situation. So it's in all of us, and most of us, we are doing our best, or at least trying our best to do that. Some of us, sometimes including me, we fail because of not understanding the pain point correctly or thoroughly. And this solution, March Health, can help with that. And um, the solution that initially I built for my wife now is a solution that everyone around the world can use for themselves or for their wife. So this is downloadable for every male, female, or menstruating person, or every person in the world that they have a partner, or for themselves, or they're one of their family members, for their daughters. And please download that. Let us know what you think. And you can always send an email to Mark, MARK, at March.health, and with your recommendations, new feature that you might request, new the recommendations that you can have about improving the app, or any idea that you might have. We want to hear from you. We want to make sure that we create an inclusive and habitable environment and culture for everyone all around the world.
Perfectly all right. Mark, my last question to you is, now this female tech, FM tech, as you say, you have entered into an area which is growing. How do you see this particular area coming up? You have started in the US, but the future of femtech as such.
Great question. We see a huge potential. And as I mentioned before, because of the stigma around the conversation, we haven't seen that much investment in this space. But since 2 or 3 years ago, we see way more investments in this space, and it has one of the year-over-year growth. This industry experiences a very high growth, and we will see the market size growing by multiple X for the next 7 years, almost a very, very, very big number. So, and I encourage everyone that wants to start a new business in this space to do them. If you are an investor and listening to this, right now we are in the middle of our seed round. We are raising for our next round, and if you wanted to be part of that, even a small check can be helpful for us. And the next round, and then the one after that, for us, so we can serve even more people. The startups that we've seen so far in this space have been mostly in the fertility space. Um, Even though we serve the fertility cause as well, but we are a solution primarily just for women's health and menstruation part. So we are one of the very few startups in this space, and we are focused on underlying health conditions because we felt that this is one of the spaces that needs more attention. So I encourage everyone to reach out to us. If you want to partner up with us in your region, in your city, please send an email to Mark, MARK, at March.health, and check out our equity crowdfunding page on WeFunder. for small investment. The smallest check size that we accept is $250, and you can buy a piece of the company and equity, and it goes up to you can invest hundreds of thousands of dollars if you want to be part of this journey and part of this movement. And also the return will be very good because the market is growing very fast. Our company is growing, and our investors can potentially get 5x, 10x on the money that they are investing, even more.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Mark. On this note, Mark, it's a wrap on this edition of the KAJ Masterclass. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. It was an honor to be here. And thank you for the great questions. And have a great day. Thank you.
You too. You too. Thank you.